Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome back to another Gemstone Legends video, and in this video I want to talk about some long overdue stuff on various updates that have come to the game, what I think about those, what's most significant, and yeah, it's just something that we should discuss. There are some bigger changes, and I want to give my thoughts on those and just have a conversation about it. So if I go over something, or if I don't go over something that you think I should have, include that in the comments below. As always, share your thoughts on these changes. Before we get to this video, if you haven't checked out Gemstone Legends yet, come check it out. There are, no joke, thousands of players from Empires and Puzzles that have come over already, and for good reason. Simply put, it's a really fun game with some big advantages over Empires and Puzzles. We both know that the players that join these games earliest are some of the most dominant players. And this game is starting to really take off, so the longer you wait, the more you miss out on. Not only can you support the channel by using the download link in the description of this video, or by scanning the QR code on your screen, but doing so will also give you a free $50 starter bonus with an epic hero, gems, and gold coins, all for free, just by using the link or QR code provided. And then when you start, you'll gain access to beginner events exclusively for players who use the link or QR code provided that will give you another strong epic hero, a set of 5-star legendary equipment, and a platinum scroll for another guaranteed epic or legendary hero. Lastly, I have created a bunch of videos in a Gemstone Legends playlist on my YouTube channel to make learning this game as easy and fun as possible. So hit that download link in the description and get started with one of the most fun and deep Match 3 RPGs. There's a great community in Gemstone Legends. It has some huge advantages over Empires and Puzzles, and overall I think you guys are really gonna like it. I don't claim to have it all figured out, but I do want to talk about this stuff. So, this is the update, or the patch, I guess they're calling it, that was towards the end of December. And this had some changes in it, so let's look through those. So Guild Wars are a thing now. Hopefully you have seen that, and I recommend participating. It is still a beta at the moment, so there's a lot of things that they're fixing, but I think they've done a good job, and it's a pretty cool system. If you've come from Empires and Puzzles, you know that those wars are very straightforward, and the only thing that really happens in them is there's a rotation that affects, hero speed, or has the arrows that deal damage, or different things like that, which is not that exciting. There's a lot more strategy in these wars here, and I've been having fun with that. So there's some small changes here. If you want to see any of these things in more detail, you can see that I'm on the subreddit Gemstone Legends, so you can come here and read about all of this stuff in more detail if there's anything that I gloss over, but I don't want this video to be super long, and there's a lot that's happened, so I'm going to try to prioritize that stuff a bit. So these chests are a significant part of war. You can see, you've probably earned some of these by now and you have an idea of what's in there, but here's a description of what is contained. The regulars are the browns, the treasure chests are the reds. You can get as many as 10 reds if you can capture the enemy's treasury while protecting your own, and you can get as few as 0 if your treasury is taken. And then you don't know what chest you're picking, so you just have to pick one and see what you get. Higher the league, the better chance of high tier rewards, so being part of a strong guild is ideal. So this is the big thing. They've been seeing, and probably a lot of you have seen, that PvP battles were potentially taking a very long time. So they're trying to address that, and it has changed the game significantly. So I've seen some people frustrated about that. I've seen some people very happy about it. My perspective is it is hard to get used to changes. I felt that way as well, where it's like, okay, the meta is going to shift. I need to potentially build heroes differently. I really need to adjust to this. And that is frustrating. However, I think it really needed to happen. The battles were extremely long, with good defenses, and it wasn't that fun to finish off those really slow battles. So I think it was an important change. They did overcorrect, and they're going to lessen that a little bit, so they're just trying to find that balance point. So yeah, let me know what you think of this change in particular. I really think that, like I said, it needed to happen because it was very much out of balance, and it is hard to have to get used to something new. But I think as a little bit of time goes on, we'll all be better off for it once we do adjust to that. So the main thing was, let's see, what's more? So the crowd wants blood bonus to 20% from 10% per turn of increased damage, down to turn 25 from turn 30. The new damage formula will increase the damage of tanks and supports around 4 times and of damage dealers around 2 times. So big boost to how damage was dealt. And supports became very lethal, and this did shift the meta. You can go look at the leaderboard and see what kind of changes happened there. So it was very different. And they realized, this is actually a bit too much, because now your glass cannon heroes, like say you bring a Finbor can get a big chunk taken out of him by Nefri or Sigil. So they're going to lessen that a little bit, which we'll get to in the future patch, but I want to go through what this stuff in order that it happened. As you'll be dealing more damage with gemstones, you want to maintain the same balance of raid bosses. So we've increased their HP for their HP on 4th, 5th, and 6th stars. The increase will apply to your current boss. That means you're going to need to deal more damage in order to get the desired chest reward. So yeah, that was the biggest change, was the damage formula, and it did cut down on time. It was a big adjustment, but that's what happened. New statuses. So immunity was becoming extremely dominant. And it was maybe just an effect that was too good. So we've switched the immunity status to spell block on most heroes' special abilities, so not all. As many of you know, immunity was kind of a must-have when it comes to PvP. We believe this change is going to unlock new team builds, let players get more creative, and speed up PvP battles. Apart from Spell Shield, there are 2 more new statuses. So Spell Shield can't be affected by the number of negative statuses equal to the counter displayed below. So it's not like you can just block everything, but you can block, say, 4 or 5, and then you can't block anymore. So that kind of makes sense with the way that ailments stack up in this game, where you can have 10 instances of poison on you, for example. Kind of makes sense that this would work based on a counter, and immunity was extremely good. So this creates room for a little bit more strategy too, because you can use a different hero to draw down the counter and then use your more impactful ailments after that. Snare is also new. Deals damage based on 30% of the target's missing HP after the counter runs out. So something that'll be better later in the game. And then something I'd been hoping for quite some time, status block can't be affected by positive statuses. So we've seen this in Empires and Puzzles. It's a really good effect, and it's a really good counter to really dominant taunt heroes and heroes with really good other positive statuses. So it's cool to see that come up in this game. I think this will be really good. I hope they release some new heroes in this upcoming faction that make use of this. So yeah, awesome. There are a bunch of changes, so I recommend coming here to check these out. I don't want to go through all of them, but like if we look at Nika, for example, who is probably the most dominant immunity hero. So it used to say grants immunity to all allies for 4 turns, recovery for 4 turns. They've changed that to spell shield to all allies for 5 turns, recovery to all allies for 4 turns. So a lot of these things have shifted to spell shield. If you look down this list here, you can see these were a lot of our common immunity heroes. So yeah, I'm curious what you guys think about that as well. I think that was probably a good idea. Maybe it'll take some smaller additional adjustments to get things balanced right, but I do feel like things are moving in the right direction, and that an overall balanced game is what the goal is here. They've also changed the way positive statuses are removed. So it used to just be that if there was a 100% chance, it would remove, 3 statuses, 2 statuses, however many it said that it would. However, now they're putting that through the resistance accuracy process, where if it says 100% chance, that means it passes the first check. The second check is to use a formula to compare the accuracy of the attacker with the resistance of the defender, and then that will determine whether the statuses are removed or not. So at this point, the only hero that removes positive statuses guaranteed is Cyril, and everyone else has been moved over to this resistance accuracy system. So that means heroes like Finbor that had that nice possibility to remove positive statuses. The possibility is still there, but if you want that to work more often on these heroes, then you're going to have to build more accuracy in. And as we've talked about in the equipment builds that I've done, it's always trade-offs. You can't have everything. So if you want more accuracy, you probably have to have less attack or crit damage or something like that. So we'll read this real quick. To diversify the builds on support, heroes make res stat more valuable, bring some RNG and some spiciness into the gameplay. We've changed how removing positive statuses work. Doesn't have true 100% chance, it goes through the system we talked about. So if your res is very high, like I used to just throw away all res chess pieces because it's like, there's better stats out there. But now this could actually be a really good thing and a feasible build. So it'll take us all time to adjust to this, but I think this does create a better system here. And if you want to see how this works, again, go to the subreddit here. There is a YouTube video explaining how this system works. Some hero changes here. We're not going to go through all these. There's a whole spreadsheet with proposed lists. Most of them are buffs. There are a couple nerfs in there, but way more buffs than nerfs. Some of them are just changing altogether. Like the new hero or semi-new hero, Egas. I think his special is just changing altogether. So yeah, let me know if you have any thoughts on any of these in particular. Like I mentioned, there's a spreadsheet that I think is either at the bottom of this. No, it's in another thing. So they've added basically the Mystic Vision equivalent here, the theater. The rewards don't seem to be that great to me, but you can watch them every 10 minutes if you want to. So it's a way to get, I think, energy and coins at this point. Not something I'm really taking advantage of, but it's there if you want it. Some minor changes. Information that shows how much dust you can obtain. Yeah, some minor stuff. So let's look at the most recent incarnation of this because it does involve a little bit of balance to what we saw in this particular patch. Okay, so looking at that new stuff here, they're really putting a lot of effort into Guild Wars. So there have been some pretty significant mismatches as they've tried to get that system balanced. We've had a couple wars where we got destroyed and some where we destroyed the other team. So obviously it's on their radar. This is their baby of a feature right now. So they're going to put a lot of effort into getting this to a spot that's going to be as good as possible. So yeah, just be aware that will be improving. Matchmaking, they want to add a summary so you can kind of see what happened overall. Most valuable player and second valuable player. So that'll be marked so you can kind of see, and people will get additional rewards towards the individual points towards the individual reward. So some incentive to be as good as you can, and some recognition amongst your guild, which is good. They want to have some chat improvements, which will let you talk to, there'll be pinned messages for within your guild to help communication get better, which I think is good. We've been using those banners a lot to say, attack this one, stop attacking here, retake this point, stuff like that. But they also want to have a guild chat where you can talk to the opposing team, which I think is who knows how that will play out. That's something that was never in Empires and Puzzles, and a lot of people are going to be polite and cordial, but there's always going to be some people that will abuse that system negatively. So we'll see if that remains, if they put a filter in there, how they're going to manage that kind of shit-talking aspect, because I don't think that's particularly a fun aspect in the game. Some people may like that. I don't like that. Yeah. So this is huge. New Rift and new artifacts. So everyone's been grinding for a long time, picking up these artifacts. A really, really important part of the game. And there's quite a lot of sets right now, and they're going to add a bunch of new ones. So this will be very interesting and will really diversify the builds that you can get on specific heroes, and give you something more to sink your teeth into. I think we all really like to progress as quickly as possible and really get a firm grip on the game where we feel like, yep, I got this under control. This hero is really good. However, I do think it helps long-term playability and to enjoy the game for longer, to have more stuff to do. And so this will give you some new sets to go after to really get the edge on particular heroes, because these are all going to have new set bonuses. They have not released them yet, but you can zoom in and kind of guess. Let's see if I can do that here. So, daze. That seems like a chance to stun, maybe. Determination. Not sure. Maybe like invincibility. Fury looks like fire damage. Luck, or the horseshoe, hope, seems like increased chances of certain things happening. Prayer, maybe a chance to revive. Rotten is associated with the poison. Untouchable has that immunity look to it. Vampire, sort of a lifesteal thing. Zeal, not sure. Bandit, not sure. Chance to evade, maybe. Charge, I don't know. Cover. So a lot of new stuff. That'll be pretty cool. Some new rifts as well to try to dominate. So let's see what they're saying here. As many of you are waiting for the new sets of artifacts, we're creating a new rift that will be dedicated to farm high-tier artifacts just like Phoenix Alpha and Ancient Goliath. There are many new sets that will be added, so many that won't fit on the rifts. With that being said, you can expect new sets that will be obtainable only in events, others that will be hidden in Guild War chests, and even more sets as additional arena rewards. We don't want to reveal the details about the bonuses yet, but we'll share the graphics. So that'll be pretty cool. Some big changes to multi-battles and basically like the prime feature that they have, which I think is one of the most worthwhile things you can spend money on in this game. So this part I don't fully understand. First of all, there will be no limit to multi-battles. A player will be able to launch 10 multi-battles and then launch them. Oh, so you can't do like 65 in a row. You can do them in sets of 10, but you can do them infinitely. Interesting. So kind of a good change and a bad change at the same time. If you liked just setting up all 65 and not thinking about it for a while, then this will be not as good of a change for you. If you like the ability to do this as many times as you want, then this is going to be a great change. So interesting. To unlock, you will have to earn... to unlock the multi-battles feature on a particular battle, you will have to earn all 3 stars in this battle, and then you will be able to use multi-battle freely. How about battles on rifts? There are no stars. You're right, there are not, but they will be added together. There are not, but they will be added together with star rewards like in the campaigns. I don't know what that means. So we'll have to see what happens. If you understand that, let me know in the comments. We'll change the conditions. So that's going to be how quickly you can win. 1 star to win the battle, 2 stars less than X minutes, 3 stars less than Y minutes. Apart from multi-battle, so it looks like we're going to get like a loot ticket thing like Empires and Puzzles. We'll introduce speed tickets that are going to make farming even less time-consuming. Speed tickets is a system similar to one you might have seen in other games called skip tickets. Speed tickets is a feature that will allow you to speed up battles to the point where you get the results in the battle summary immediately, so very quickly. The battles are sped up, which means you're going to need to send a team to that battle you can actually beat the opponents with. So unlike Empires and Puzzles, where you could just put 1-star heroes and do that, they're going to somehow evaluate the strength of your team. Not sure how that system will work, and that might take some balancing. I don't really feel like that's needed, but I guess I can see why they would want to do that differently for their game. So it actually has to be a team that could beat it. And if you use them on a battle you wouldn't easily beat, then you'll end up wasting your tickets. All players will have a certain amount of speed tickets every day. Prime members will get extras. And now we have some good Prime adjustments here. So they want to give more value to Prime, so it's all increased functionality, which is great. This is what Prime is going to offer you. Plus 20% hero XP from battles, so that's old. We'll just look at the new stuff. Plus 20% max energy, plus 200 artifact inventory slots. I love that because my artifact inventory is always just about at capacity. 5 additional battles in multi-battle, so that'll be 15 instead of 10. Maybe we'll see that go up even more. And 35 speed tickets. So that's going to be a lot of functionality for farming, so that'll be a good fit for these new rifts. I like the speed ticket thing. Plus 35 speed tickets. I wonder if that's over the base amount or if that's the total that you're going to have. I think here's some long overdue tweaks to the markets. We'd like to make the market more attractive. I love to hear that because it's pretty boring right now. By changing the items that are available. Now, items in the market will be based on your progress in the campaign. So I really have some incentive now to get through, what is it, Inferno, the newest difficulty. Reaching the Inferno difficulty level in the campaign will offer the best items. Oh, I guess I've gotten to that point then. Also, the market refresh time will be decreased from 6 hours to 1 hour. And so here's what it's going to offer. So normal difficulty, some pretty basic stuff. But they're going to add platinum scroll shards, which is pretty cool. Once you get up to Nightmare, up to 5-star legendary artifacts, which I think it only goes up to epic right now. I don't think legendary is available in there, so that'll be a cool change. Potions, apples, again, platinum scrolls or scroll shards. Hell difficulty. 4 to 6-star common to legendary, so you can get 6-star legendaries from the market now, which is awesome. Same thing, but there will be no 1-star heroes in there. And then Inferno difficulty, 5 and 6-star common to legendary, so that's pretty awesome. And same types of shards. So the guild market, again, they want to improve that. These will be based on the current raid boss you're facing. If you're facing at least 6-star level 1, which isn't too hard to get to, if you work on your raid boss teams a bit, the guild market will offer the best items. So the guild market will offer the same items for every member, which means if you notice there's something good, you can let the other members know and everyone can take advantage of it. That's really cool. Because if you happen to be on when there is, depending on what the refresh rate, looks like it'll be down to 4 hours. If you see a good 6-star legendary piece, you can tell everyone about it and everyone can get that. So I like that community aspect. I think that was a good idea. Refresh time is lowered. Each guild member will be able to lower the current refresh time counter to 10 minutes for the whole guild by paying gems. I don't know if that means 10 minutes always or just 10 minutes once. So I'm not sure if that'll be worth it or not, but we'll have to see when it comes out. Similar to what we have now, there will be 3 lock slots that will always offer the same items. The other 6 will be random based on raid boss. So lock slots, legendary tome, 1 per month. 5-star cauldron, 1 per month. 5 platinum scroll shards, 5 purchases per week. So that's about 1 platinum scroll per month. We'll see what the cost will be. Currently 45,000 guild coins for a platinum scroll. It's pretty expensive, so hopefully proportionally the cost will be lower for these. So depending on your raid boss level, I'll put them all in here, but I'm going to focus on 5-star and 6-star because those are the goals you should be working towards. But feel free to look at the others if that's relevant to you. 4 to 6-star rare to legendary artifacts, potions, small, medium, and big dust in all colors. That's cool. 6-star raid boss, 5-star and 6-star rare through legendary. Same dust stuff. And guild market will not be available unless you're in a guild, so you want to make sure that you join one. And I think last on the list here, besides the potential hero changes, you want to look at the spreadsheet. This is what I was telling you about that has a whole list of the proposed buffs. Like I said, there's a couple nerfs in there, but there's a ton of buffs in there and some that are just changes overall. So make sure to come check that out, but that would be too much to go over. So battle pass and new prestige levels. So some people have prestiged to the highest possible level, which is that like white color up there, which is pretty insane. I farm quite a bit, and I'm at the dark blue or like the navy level, so not quite at the purple level yet. So some people have like gone crazy. Some people have played a lot longer than me too. So this feature is built up based on the prestige. Each prestige level, account level 1 to 50, will be filled with some free additional rewards. That's great. The rewards were pretty crappy for those right now, so that's great to see an improvement there. On top of that, you can choose the premium pass to claim premium rewards for leveling up, so more incentive to level up faster. I don't know what those rewards will be, but I like the sound of that. Some of our most experienced and very active players have reached the max level already. We're preparing new levels to give players unlimited possibility to progress their accounts. And yeah, like they mentioned, you can see levels above 50, but I don't think that's going to be the way it works. So we can see everything's in Polish there for the battle pass, but you can see at these different levels. Oh, those are rewards every single level, not just when you prestige. That's pretty cool. Get some extra artifacts in there. I like that. And then yeah, hero changes. So let's see what they say about that. These changes affect many heroes and they won't take place all at once. I think that's a really good idea to kind of trickle them in so they don't totally change things dramatically. Give us some feedback in the document below, your opinion. Do other heroes deserve it? Maybe you disagree with some changes or have better suggestions. Let us know. So if you do have thoughts about these things, check out the spreadsheet, give your feedback to them, and potentially you can have an impact on what ends up with these heroes. So they're very open to community feedback, which is something that I really like to see. And yeah, looking forward to a lot of these changes. It will be some adjustment, and so it'll take some time to figure that out. If there's anything in particular you want me to reflect on, let me know in the comments, and I can try to make some additional videos depending on what you guys want to see. And then just in general, if there are any videos that you guys want to see for Gemstone Legends, let me know, and I'm happy to make the kind of stuff that you guys want to see. So we'll wrap up there for now. Pretty long video, but I've been wanting to go over this stuff for a while, and I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback about it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.